Okay, Mayor, we're ready with the technology when you are prepared.
Okay, I'm almost prepared. Okay. Okay, I'm ready. Everybody ready to go? Yes. My screen did something funky, so I can't see everybody, and I updated it today, and so
Yes.
okay, before I call this meeting to order, I just wanted to wish Jean Marshall, a Port Hueneme resident of Anacapa View Beach Homes, a happy 99th birthday yesterday. So anyone that knows Jean, we all wish her a happy centennial that will be next year. So congratulations. I'm going to call this a City Council special meeting to order. It's a special meeting of the City Council, Surplus Property Authority, and the Port Hueneme Housing Authority. Today is August 16th. This meeting will be conducted pursuant to the provisions of the Governor's Executive Order N-2920 and the orders of the Ventura County Public Health Officer issued March 20th, 2020. Stay well at home. If we could do the flag salute, I will lead. If you can stand, put your right hand over your heart. Ready, begin. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Welcome to the special City Council Surplus Property Authority and Port Hueneme Housing Authority budget meeting of August 16th, 2021. Madam Clerk, may we have a roll call, please?
Councilmember Hernandez. Councilmember Hernandez.
She looks frozen.
Remember that movie, Matt's Frozen? Freeze. She's frozen.
Okay, I'll move on. Councilmember Martinez.
Present.
Councilmember Perez.
Here.
Mayor Pro Tem Rollins.
Yes, here.
Mayor Gama.
I'm here. I'm hot, not frozen.
And Councilmember Hernandez, we'll come back to you.
Thank you. Thank you. I'm here.
Everybody's present, sir.
Thank you. Madam Clerk, are there any public comments?
No, sir. No general public comments and no agenda item public comments were received for today.
So we're going to go on to item number 1, public hearing. Review of the 2019-2021 Capital Improvement Program for conformance with the Port Hueneme General Plan. I believe Tony Stewart will be presenting on this matter.
Yes, good afternoon, Mayor, members of the council, staff, and audience. Hopefully you can hear me. The purpose of this hearing is to review the major public works projects in the city's existing Capital Improvement Program, or CIP, against the city's general plan with regard to conformance with the general plan's policies. Note that this is a routine matter required by Government Code Sections 65103C and 65401. However, this is not a discussion of the contents of the CIP itself. Upon reviewing the CIP and the general plan, staff determined that the CIP is consistent with the city's general plan. Attachment A of the City Council staff report lists the CIP items, which are major public works items that were analyzed, and the corresponding general plan policies. Therefore, because consistency was found, staff recommends that the City Council open the public hearing and take testimonial and documentary evidence, close the public hearing and consider this evidence. 3, adopt a resolution finding that the major public works projects proposed in the CIP are consistent with the general plan and determining that the activity is exempt from the California Environmental Quality Act, or CEQA. Or 4, take such additional related action that may be desirable. So this concludes my presentation, and I'm available for any questions. Thank you.
Are there any questions for Director Stewart? Hearing none. Are there any comments of the council? Okay, I'm going to read the recommendation and the resolution title. Number 1, open the public hearing to take testimony and documental evidence, and close the public hearing and consider the evidence. And number 3, adopt a resolution finding that the major public works projects proposed in the capital improvement plan program are consistent with the Port Hueneme general plan in determining the activity exempt from the California Environmental Quality Act, and take additional related action that may be desirable. That is our recommendation. May I have a motion and a second?
So moved.
Move to approve.
I believe Councilmember
Second.
Martinez provided the second.
Okay, we'll do a roll call vote.
Yes, please. Thank you.
Councilmember Hernandez,
Yes.
Mayor Pro Tem Rollins,
Yes.
Councilmember Martinez,
Yes.
Councilmember Perez,
Yes.
and Mayor Gama.
Yes.
Motion passes unanimously.
Okay, at this time, we're going to call to order joint session of the Port Hueneme City Council, the Port Hueneme Surplus Property Authority, and the Port Hueneme Housing Authority. So this joint session is now in order. Madam Clerk, can we take a roll call, please?
Okay, we'll do a roll call for the Surplus Property Authority first. Member Hernandez,
Present.
Member Martinez,
Present.
Member Perez,
Yes.
Vice Chair Rollins,
Here.
and Chair Gama.
Here.
All present. We'll do a roll call vote for the Housing Authority. Member Brown is absent for the record. Member Hernandez,
Present.
Member Martinez,
Present.
Member Perez,
Yes.
Vice Chair Rollins,
Here.
and Chair Gama.
Here.
All 3 boards are now called to order.
Okay, so we're going to move on to the joint session public hearing item, budget adoption, biannual budget, fiscal years 2021 and 22 and 2022-23. I believe City Manager Connors will be presenting on behalf of staff.
Thank you, Mayor. Mayor Pro Tem, Honorable City Council. After an exhaustive, accelerated, and thorough process, a draft budget was created for council review, and there was 2 iterative reviews. One was a council to council review, and then the last review was a workshop that went through every item in the budget with an emphasis on enhancements. And through that process, 4 adjustments were made to the budget, and that budget that you have before you today is the final version and is going to be submitted for approval. Those adjustments included a removal of an HR admin specialist, as you will see in Exhibit A, removal of a business process analyst position from IT, which is also in Exhibit A, and then the forward or accelerated procurement of a senior application specialist for IT. And then we also added $5,000 for pest control services for Mar Vista pest issues. With that, Exhibit B highlights the reserve calculations for each one of our funds. And then the final exhibit that you have in your packet is based on these adjustments, the final reserve treatment for each one of the funds that we have available to us. In the end, the fiscal impact is $58,964,720 for fiscal year 21-22 and $55,835,000 and $935 for fiscal year 2022 and 2023. And subject to your questions, that concludes my brief.
Madam Clerk, I failed to ask if there was any public comments on the prior CIP staff report. And at this time, I'm going to ask if there's any public comments for this staff report.
No, sir, there were no public comments for either item.
Thank you very much. Are there any council comments or questions for the city manager? Hearing none, I'm going to read the recommendation and resolution title. Number 1, open the hearing and take testimony and documentary evidence, and thereafter consider approval and adoption of the proposed operating budget for the fiscal year 2021-22 and 2022-23, inclusive of the capital improvement program, and adopt a resolution of the City Council of the City of Port Hueneme, California, the boards of the Surplus Property Authority and the Port Hueneme Housing Authority, adopting the operating budget for fiscal years 2021, 2022, and 2022-2023. Madam Clerk, actually, we'll need to have a motion and a second.
I move approval.
Second.
Thank you. Madam Clerk, I believe we're going to have 3 roll call votes, and I would like you to lead that, please.
Yes, sir, thank you. The first roll call vote we'll do is for the City Council. Councilmember Hernandez,
Yes.
Councilmember Martinez,
Yes.
Councilmember Perez,
Yes.
Mayor Pro Tem Rollins,
Yes.
and Mayor Gama.
Yes.
Motion passes unanimously.
Thank you. At this time, we're going to adjourn the Surplus Property Authority and the Port Hueneme Housing Authority. We'll now adjourn the joint meeting, and we will reconvene the regular City Council meeting and public hearing.
Mayor Gama, I was wondering if I can ask a question on behalf of Johnny. I noticed he's not here today, and I know he was asking when the next meeting would be, but I didn't realize that there was going to be a joint part with the housing, so I feel kind of bad that he wasn't here. But he just wanted to know, I guess, I technically already talked to Gabby, but I just wanted to make sure that everything's okay, you know, in terms of like the windows, because I hear it all the time. Like I live right next door to them, so they ask me every single day. So just wanted to make sure that everything's going well with like the windows. Like it was. My understanding is they'd be ready by the end of the fiscal year of this year, right? So like June, July of 2022.
It's interesting because that window issue has been in every operating budget that I have been a part of. And actually myself, Mayor Pro Tem Rollins, and Councilmember Hernandez. So I assume that it's in this budget that we just approved moving forward. Am I correct, staff?
Yes, Mayor, and Councilmember Martinez. Not only is it in the budget, it's under execution, so that project is in work.
Okay. Yeah, I had talked to Gabby, and she said that there was like a bed bug problem, and so that it was delayed a little bit. But I just wanted to make sure that that everything's going well, because the last time I asked was like 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, the additional $5,000 that we mentioned in the adjustment was to fulfill the funding requirements, which needed council approval. And so with this action today, the remediation for the bugs will start, and then we'll get on with the window.
All right, thank you, Mr. Connors. I appreciate it.
Thank you all. Okay, so let's. We are now going to open up another public hearing. Establishing the annual Proposition 4 appropriations limit for the fiscal year 2021-22. Will our interim deputy finance director be presenting on this?
Good afternoon. This is Lupe Acero. I'll be presenting on behalf of Inez. So if I can go through the Article 13B of the California State Constitution, commonly referred to as the GAN Initiative or GAN Appropriations Limit, was adopted by California voters in 1980 and placed limits on the amount of proceeds of taxes that state and local government agencies can appropriate and spend each year. For fiscal year 21-22, the city of Port Huenemi's estimated tax proceeds, subject to the limitation as set forth in the 21-22 budget, are $12,971,500. As established by the calculations, the city of Port Huenemi's appropriation limit for fiscal year 21-22 is $14,479,552, which exceeds the appropriations subject to limitation by $1,508,552. That is the presentation for this portion.
Thank you, Ms. Arcero. Are there any questions from staff, from council? Questions or comments? And are there any public comments on this item?
No, sir.
Okay. Are there any council comments regarding this item? Hearing none, we're gonna read the recommendation in the resolution title. Number 1, open the public hearing to take testimony and documentary evidence, and close the public hearing and consider the evidence, and adopt a resolution adopting an amended city appropriations limit for fiscal year 2021-22 in accordance with the provisions of Division 9 of Title I of the California Government Code, electing the use of the increase in California CPI and the county's population growth rate of 0.70% to calculate the annual GAN appropriations limit of $14,479,552 for fiscal year 2021-22. Did we get a motion in a second?
Motion, please. Second.
Thank you. Madam Clerk, may we have a roll call vote, please?
Councilmember Perez?
Yes.
Councilmember Hernandez?
Yes.
Councilmember Martinez?
Yes.
Mayor Pro Tem Rollins?
Yes.
And Mayor Gama?
Yes.
Motion passes
Sorry.
unanimously.
Sorry about that phone call. And this appears to bring us to the end of this meeting. Is this it?
Yes, Mayor, that completes the work for today.
Okay. Well, I'd like to adjourn this meeting. The time now is 3:19. The next city council meeting will be the regular meeting of September 7th, 2021 at 6:30 p.m. in the City Hall Council Chambers. Say goodbye to Zoom, hopefully, for the last time.
I think that was a record.
Anybody have any other parting comments? If not, we will adjourn this meeting. Thank you all. Enjoy the rest of your day. Meeting
Hi,
is-
staff. Thank you for hard work on the budget.
Thank you.